Hello and welcome to the RPR Rapid Pixel Racing round 22 here in the great US of A. I'm your commentator DXT Hobo. Joining me is absolutely fucking no one, but in the party we do have Rob Simracer and James Al, so we might be chatting with them every so often. So without further ado, let's read the standings from last week. Looking forward to a good race here. Looks a bit cloudy today here in USA. But after the results of Brazil, Moreland is leading the way. Obviously, he's won. So Moreland, our champion, has 411 points. Who's just come out on grid? I think it's an Alpine of Booker Bronco, so we'll keep an eye on him. Johnny Stokes is in second with 254. Avi's closing that gap to 231, 23-point gap now with, I believe, 2 races to go in the season. So it's very close between them guys. In fourth place, we have Scotty Harris with 157. His teammate, that guy Alex, has 154. My Dutch face in the Alpha Tauri has 143. Chubb, with scoring some points finally last week, in the Ferrari has 124. Erez in 8th place, Aston Martin has 117. James out in 9th in the Alpha Tauri has 111. The big gap down to Almighty Evan in the Mercedes with 42. His teammate Womax with 41. Tied with El Stefano in the McLaren with 41 points. Then we have speed number 25 in 13th in the Alfa Romeo with 35 points. Algidippa sits in 14th in the Haas with 29. Then still stuck on 7 points, we have DXD Lulu, Hud Zojo and GGC in the Williams Alpine and Alfa Romeo teams. Then in 18th place, we have Rob Sim Racer with 4 points, hoping to try and jump DXD Lulu with an all-important 3 points there. We have 19th with Carl, Mr. Carl in the Haas with 1 point. And finally, Booker Bronco with nil points, still trying to get that 1 point that he gets every season. And I believe that was all dry. Thank you, James. All dry race and quali. Hi, Mrs. Carl. How are you? Or Mrs. Moreland, sorry. How are you doing? I will read the constructors quickly before we go to the comments. McLaren leading the way with 452. 50 points behind them in the Red Bull. There's 402. And we have in third place the Ferrari with 378. Aston Martin in fourth with 348. So very close between them guys as well. Alpha Tauri in fifth with 296. Mercedes are in sixth with 163. Alfa Romeo in 7th with 39 points. Williams in 8th with 35. Haas in ninth with 31. And Alpine in last with 15 points. I'm good. I am very good. Just getting ready for the season. I'm just doing my final message because TTFL, we have our last race on Friday. So it's getting ready to post out a little message for everyone. Let's have a look at the comments as well. Get my internet back on. Would help. There we go. Yeah, all dry. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, James. But yeah, it's looking forward to be a good race. I'm excited. I'm excited. We've got 18 drivers in today. Neles B making an appearance again as a reserve. Jack Laters as well making another appearance with his alien pace. I can guarantee he's going to make everyone just shut up with his pace. It's ridiculous. The guy is rapid. Hopefully we can try and see if we can get him in a full-time seat next season because that will definitely give Moreland a run for his money. Anyone else that's new? I don't believe so. Missing 4 drivers altogether. But no, not bad. We'll have a look at little tyre choices. I believe everyone should be on the softs though for the first qualifying session. So we'll have a little look. Yes, other than Booker Bronco, who's on the mediums. There you go. So we'll stand by with Booker, watch a lap from Booker. Looking forward to this race. I'm looking forward to it. Soldier's gone back into the pit, so didn't want any of that. Booker's his first fast time, 140.4. He's going to get beaten immediately by Scotty on a 133, so that's a good time from Scotty. Mr. Carl now is going to cross the line. He validated it, unfortunately, so he'll be going around again. Neles on the lap, I believe. He goes round the final 2 corners. Last corner to navigate now. Very nicely done. He's going to set a 135.3. Good enough for second place right now. Who else we got close? I believe that is a Moyland coming around the corner. No, it's not. It is a El Stefano. Crosses the line to start his lap. So we'll jump back to Speedies on an out lap. Anyone else crossing the line? I don't believe so. I think Wallet is the next one to cross the line. to a soundboard with Moyland. I'm looking forward to today. Should be a good one. Should be a good race. What's your expectations in the chat? Do you reckon who's going to win? Who's going to come second? Who's going to DNF? Is Booker going to score a point? Is Mr. Carl going to get that ever special deal he's only ever achieved once so far this season, as Moylan goes 132.5 up into first place? Who else we got on track? Who else is on track? We can have a little look, see. We've got an Al Jadifa possibly crossing the line. It is, and he's going to be going a 134.7 up into third place. A bit of a close battle there between the Red Bull of that guy Alex, no, of Scotty maybe, with someone there. Who is that across the line? Is it Booker? Oh, Booker spun, he's out. Booker's out already. Bit too much throttle on the last corner, and that's going to cost him out of this session. Oof. That means that just makes it easier for these guys ahead to set a lap in. So, who else? Al Jadifa jumped up to third. Carl's into fifth on a 135.3. Watching him, as Mrs. Moylan, watching him practice before, I don't think he'll get a special treat tonight. He's only ever got it once, so the special treats kind of made him worse, if anything. El Stefano's up into fourth on a 135 dead. On board at the moment with Rumax. It's difficult this track because with the no assist, it's very hard to get the throttle down. GGC 7th with 135.4. Speedy goes 133.7. It's a good time from Speedy. Up into second place. Where's that pace in the race, mate? Come on, I thought you were going to be helping Worland in the future. He's needed you. You've let him down. So it would appear that my headset has not charged throughout the night. My sound's still working, so I can't hear anything. I can't hear any cars. Can then? Oh no, my volume was down. You guys can hear me okay? Let me know if you can't hear me. Also, you can't let me know, but let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, for some reason I've got one wire that doesn't seem to work. I need to make sure I remember that because I need to take that wire out, really. I thought I had another one there. I do. So I've got the wrong one attached, I believe. Let's put that over there, get out of the way. Okay. Can't heat you. You can't heat me, Moyland. Hi there, Gaz. Welcome to the stream as well. There's always a place, mate, if you want to jump in. Just saying. Comment El Stefano from Gaz. Who else? What have I missed? We maxed out 136.3. I think that's all we've missed, really. Let's jump. Jack's still in the pits. Hazoja's out on a lap as well, so we'll see what Hazoja can do. Who's anyone closer? Is anyone closer? Well, Alex has invalidated his lap. So has Dutch Face. Erez just starting his, so keep an eye on Erez. James Al coming around the final sector now. 102. Don't mate, come in. It's more than welcome, mate. You're more than welcome to jump in. I will definitely take the company. I'm on my own. All by myself. Don't wanna be. The circuit's amazing, man. I like the circuit. So James Al now. Final corner to navigate. Will he bottle it? Will I be calling him DXT or will I be calling him James? Crosses the line. DXT James Al comes in second. Love it. Now where's Rob? Let's put pressure on Rob a little bit. Rob now going around the final sector as well. Doesn't look like to be a spectacularly fast time from Rob, so he might stay as Rob. We'll see. Avi goes up in the third at a 133.1. I might have to grab my son because he is crying. 135. That's not a bad time, actually, Rob. Not a bad time. Right behind your rival, Cardo. Come here, Danny boy. Come here, Miss DXT Hobo Jr. I'll get some cuddles with you. Yeah, get some cuddles. You're going to do the commentator with me when you get bigger? You're going to be a commentator like Daddy. Yeah, I know. Here you go. Have some bot bot. Have some bot bot. And Hobo will carry on commentating. Because I've only one hand to commentate, really. There you go. It's Herman. Do you know what? I know it's Herman Talk. It's not a nice track as such. Like compared to some of his others, that some of his greats, I should say. He has stolen like the whole track from various different countries, but other than, it's not the worst one he's done. Like it's by no means not the worst one he's done. There's others that I hate more than this. It's just annoying that he has got no originality. It's like, oh, let me just take a bit from Brazil, a bit from Britain, a bit from Turkey, a bit from Malaysia. Like, just have a, original thought, mate. There's got to be more corners you can think of, surely. That guy Alex now coming around the final corner. Currently in 17th, no lap set on them 2-lap old tyres. Goes 9th for the 135.1, so he'll be looking to better himself because he can definitely be better than that. Now the Alien is on an out lap. We'll come back to Alien in a minute. We're looking on board with Dutch Face now. Final corner. Again, his first one was a no-show. Second one goes up into 4th. 133.3, which is good time. Errors 133.4. Who else have I missed? Anyone else improved? I don't believe so. So, where's Hadzojo? Oh, big spin from Hadzojo, but keeps it out. No, never mind. He doesn't. That could be real wing damage there. He has wait now for, I believe it's my Dutch Face to come across. As my son has fallen asleep having a drink, which is just like his daddy. Who else we got? That guy Alex, is he going to go around again? No, he's invalidated his lap. There we go. Let's go on board with the Alien. On board lap of Alien. Now, Jack Lattis, one of the fastest drivers I've ever seen. I'm surprised about invalidation, to be honest. That was very close to the mark. But this is how a expert does this track. You can see there, stays in the 4th for that corner, up into 5th. Very flat, very well controlled there. Heavy braking zone, breaks down in the 50 board mark. And again, look at that rotation. Perfect. No spin, nothing. Now, DRS wide open now as he's full throttle all the way down this back straight. Up into 8th gear. What's he going to hit? Keeps very close to the line there. That gives him a better entry into this corner coming up. Heavy on the brakes. He was hitting a 196 miles an hour. 97. Touched 97 before he had to brake. There we go. Now, the definitely overtaken area around this part of the track. There's a couple of lines you can take. He's going to get a bit of traffic ahead of him. Hope it doesn't throw him off. But the long right-hander now. I told you, it does seem to get out of the way. He's going to get held up a little bit. Oh, Jack's forced him wide there. And he's validated it. That's going to be unfortunate for Jack. Yeah, he's kind of... He'll be a bit annoyed with that, I think. He'll be a bit annoyed with that. Because that was on to be a good lap, I think, from Jack. And then Hadzojo seems to get in his way. Doesn't really... Not much awareness from Hadzojo there. Which is a shock, really, from this league, It's quite a fair league, really. Normally these guys are on the... Well, these guys are the best of the best. No, this is no assist. Right, my son has fallen asleep. I'm going to quickly just wind him a little bit. Yeah, I am. You can sit there while I do commentating. Yeah. Ain't that bad, Dan. You ain't got to cry that much. Jesus. So we'll stay on board with Jack. He's got a bit of time left to set a new lap. Oh, Chubbs joins last minute again. So the Chubb did this last time, and it paid well. Paid off good dividends. Got him out of quali, of Q1 even. Something we rarely say. Chubb, hopefully, he's got 3 minutes 30 to come out and set a lap, which is plenty of time to do a one and done. As you can see, the red dot now coming out of the pits. Now Jack's time here, as Johnny's joined as well, doing a full grid. So Johnny joined just enough time to set a lap as well. Good, this is good. Got USA. Chris Williamson says, "Let's go Alpine." Who are you supporting, Chris? Was it a particular driver you're supporting? Or was it a team in general? So Jack, I'm assuming he's going to be on a slow in lap. So let's jump on board with... Validated it again. My mic's come out because Danny's pulled it out. Out. King Brooker will torch the field and P will take P. Does anyone want to break it to him that Brooker's already gone out? 1 second. Put that back in. So Stokes, for some reason, it's put him in the Ferrari driver. Yeah, both Ferraris are in. That's good. They're full good. So Chubb out on an outlap now. That guy Alex, trying to see if he can pair himself. He's probably pretty safe where he's sitting now with two people that have retired already. Nelez looks like he retired in the pit, so Nelez I think in a bit of danger there. Only in 15. It just takes Jack to set a lap and he's done. So we'll stay on board with Jack's in the pit. Toronto's out. Where's Chubb? Where's Chubb? Lads, it's strategic from Booker. He wants to challenge the P1s. He wants to do a last to first. Is that what he wants to do? Hasn't worked out yet. You know, there's still time. You know, still 2 races to go. A last to first from Booker can still work with 2 races to go. You know, so far, it's earned him a grand total of 0 points. But last race of the season at Imola, if I remember right, with DNF, and he just kept chugging along through. On board right now with Chubb in the 55 Carlos Sainz car because Alex improved to 134.7, which is good from Alex. Or GT, no, maybe it wasn't, sorry. He has jumped in on a 134.757, so just beat it there. Again, these guys are pretty much safe. Rob is in a bit of danger in 14th with now Chubb on the track. So he wants to try and get to about a 130. Get ahead of El Stefano maybe. 30 seconds left in the session now, so whoever's not in the pits will be staying where they are. Chubb goes up into 7th on a 133.7, which knocks down Rob into 16th. So maybe not see the end. And he's going to late his lap. At the session, Hazojo but with 5 seconds to go, he will next session either. Jack is out. Jack is out of the session. Jack has just crashed. He's crashed on the final, the second to last corner. The penultimate corner. Jack is out. They will be starting in 19th. Johnny Stokes now on a lap. All he's got to do is beat a 135. 135.3 he needs to beat. Carl Wright, he's pulled out of it. He's backed out. I think he thinks he's got more time than he has. Johnny, it's over. You need the lap, mate. What's Johnny doing? Hobo, give us your best F1 car stunner. Oh, these ones are a bit shit. I like the old. These ones are a bit like. They're a bit more grunty. These ones. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of this year. There actually is a player. There's a football player called like Neom. And every time I just play them, I just go Neom. Alright, so we will be saying goodbye to Rob Sim Racer, Hadzojo, Booker Bronco, Jack, and Johnny. So it's a big shock. Big shock. So here we go. So Johnny will enter the pits. I'm not sure why Johnny didn't want to set a lap here. Maybe he wants to do a little last to first attempt. Back of the grid with Tim and Jack. Now it'll be interesting to watch now with Jack and Johnny both starting at the back of the grid. My son is asleep now, so he can go back in his bed. DXT Hobo Jr. is now sleeping tight. Track limits are horrendous around this game. They're not great, no, especially with no racing line. If you make one mistake going into that S section, which I'm assuming that's where you've done it, that's when you're going to have to lose it. Have you said goodbye to your sleep? No, actually, I haven't. Danny's actually a really good sleeper. Like, he sleeps quite a lot. He's not a really moany baby, so I'm quite lucky, really. All right, so we don't care about who's gone through. We care about who's left. Who has left us today? So, like I said, oh, Neles gone. Oh, yeah, Neles crashed. So, going to be 14 drivers going through. So, Neles in 15th, Rob in 16th, Hazoda in 17th, Booker in 18th, 19th is Jack, and 20th is Johnny. Now, this is a bit of a weird one because technically Neles has gone faster than Kyle, but Rob crucially couldn't find that 3 attempts he needed to be ahead of Neles. A big shame from Rob. But my son wants to be held by the looks of it. The little mobile on, is that going to soothe you? Is that what you want? Have some sound effects from the jungle? No? Just want some cuddles? Yeah, it's a bit hot in here actually, to be honest. I might open the window. Yeah, should we get the window open? Should we open that window? Because you'll think you're going to boil. You're going to boil. Yeah, there we go. Let's get some fresh air in this room. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so on to Q. Oh, I left his bottle over there. On to Q2. Now, fun fact: me and Hobo Junior drink the same milk, and it's formula, by the way. It's not. I'm not being a pervert here. There we go. Have some milk. There we go. Now you need to. I know you're only 2 weeks old, so 3 weeks ish. You need to learn to hold this bottle, so Daddy can do some work. Daddy needs to be working right now. So who's first one out? It is Moyland, your RPR champione. Champione, champione, ole, ole. Oh, it's not his first one out. Oh, never mind, it's James Al. James Al is first one out. He's getting back to his roots of being the first one on grid all the time. But we'll stay on board. We'll do a lap with James Al. Let's put James Al under a bit of pressure. Yeah. Under pressure, shall we? Yeah, I know. I know, it's horrible watching James Al, isn't it? I know, I'm sorry. Do you want to watch Moylan instead? Yeah? Okay, I'll watch Moylan instead. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. We're watching James Al. You got to learn. You can't get things your own way, mate. Yeah. There we go. Evening Cons, welcome to the stream, buddy. Okay, so James Al, right now on track, still sporting the blue and yellow Ukrainian helmet, part of our TTFL special. Also, fun fact: I hear that RPR have dropped the Russian track from the calendar, so that's good. It's something that we're not going to be including next season either, if it's even on the game. That is, obviously, the Codemasters might even get rid of it. Who's looking forward to the new game as well? Are we all excited? Crossplay coming as well. Going to make the league a bit more open, a bit more busier, hopefully. So James Al on his lap. We'll go on board with. We're done on board with James Al. So lovely. No, no from Cos. Not looking forward to it. Beauty gets out of the way there nicely. I wonder if James is going to get a little toe from his teammate with Dutch face, just ahead of him right now. You see on the track map. Could be a little AlphaTauri masterclass maybe. Oh, a bit wide there from James, but not too bad as he picks it back up again. Need to put the HUD back on so I can see what his telemetry is saying and lap data. 11 people watching us now, so welcome everyone. Don't be afraid to have a little message. Here we go. We are seeing a masterclass from AlphaTauri. A lovely toe from a Dutch face, helping out James Al there. Hitting speeds of 292 miles an hour. So obviously he's got his setup down for downforce, so cornering speed rather than straight line. Do you know when the new season of TTFL will start? So the game's going to come out on the 1st of July. Normally we give ourselves a few weeks to let you guys first of all get used to the cars, well, get used to the handling model and the some of the new tracks. So potentially looking to start mid-July, mid to end of July maybe. It all depends really. It depends when crossplay comes in as well. 135.1 is from James Al. So we're not going to be waiting for crossplay. We are going to go straight on to Season 5. Moyle crossing the line now, 133.7. He must have got a little token from his teammate there. He's just crossed the line as well. LGD, who else is setting the lap? No one on track at the minute. Erez goes 134.8. Joe goes a bit wide and invalidates his lap there. We've got tyre choices as well, because that's going to come into play. Tyre choices. So Moyland, Erez on mediums, James L on the softs. Speedy spun. Unfortunate from him. Dutch face now. Not going to get a toe from his teammate because James L's too. Oh, he is. James L is just there. He's going to get a little bit of a toe. A bit far ahead, James L. But it might get a little bit of help here. Here we go. A lot of speed gathering up. 195, 197, 198 miles an hour. So it did really help him. Lovely braking as well. So yeah, see, that's how you give someone a toe. Shut up, cons. I give special toes, right? My toes are more interesting because they can take people out. So you don't know what you're going to get with me. It could be a good toe, it could be a bad toe. So yeah, so that's TTFL. Bit of TTFL talk while you got the owner here. By looks of it, crossplay isn't going to come into the late one in the game. So we don't see a point in delaying the season to wait for it, because you don't know if it's going to be 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2, 3 months. Dutch face goes 135.0. He did slam on his brakes there, so doesn't want to set his time on softs. Yeah, so we're potentially going to be waiting until you know, we're going to be going on with the new season. Maybe waiting 2 weeks, maybe 3 at a push, depending on you know, drivers and stuff. So hopefully end of July, start of August, we'll get our season going again. But once crossplay comes in, it's going to be a big expansion into our league. So we're going to have potentially a top tier with a complete no assist, similar to RP, well, exactly the same as RPR really. So a complete no assist, Xbox and PlayStation drivers racing together, and then we'll do like every tier after that slightly increase the assists. So that way everyone has the ability to go up and down. We'll do a promotion relegation as well. But then, in that sense, you will need to be willing to go no assist if you do get promoted into it. Make it fair for everyone. Because right now we race with assist and no assist all together. Joe right now is going on a scenic route by looks of it. Another little spin from Joe. Yeah. You laughed at that. You giggled at that, didn't you? You thought that was funny that Joe spun. I think it's funny as well, to be honest. El Stefano now. Bit wide, bit of a lock up there. But it's going quite slowly though, so it doesn't look like it's going to be a quick time from El Stefano. So that's like an in-lap time. A lot of drivers picking the mediums. So right now, other than Dutch Face, who's sitting in 5th on the softs, a lot of drivers yet to set a lap. Carl is on a lap now on the soft tyre. Mrs. Carl has no faith in Mr. Carl today. So we shall see how he gets on. Alright. Now, my son is asleep again. Let's try and put him again in the bed. Yeah. There you go. You just want to watch F1, didn't you? That's what you want to do. You want to watch the racing. I don't blame you, mate. This is a fun race to watch. Okay, so headset is back on charge. Lexi is doing very well. Actually, I say she's doing very well. She's a bit ill at the minute. Bit of a cold. But she gets like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday cold anyway. So she's back to normal again, pretty much. But she's having a little nap right now. Get over a cold. So car right now going around sector 3. Nicely done there. Gets the throttle down quite easy. Now the long triple right-hander essentially. Does that quite nicely as well. Penultimate corner. Carries a lot of speed through that. Up into 5th, 6th. Down into 2nd for the final corner. Up into 3rd to get the traction. Crosses the line. 135.2. Just behind James L. El Stefano 135.6, but on a soft tire, he can go better than that. He's pulled out of that lap, I believe. The quadruple right-hander. Yeah, you're right, the quadruple right, not a triple right, quadruple right. It's a weird one, that corner. Now that is I can't see that corner any other track, so that's the original corner, which I do like. But all the other corners, you can pretty much get another track and just lay over top of it. Who else we got? That guy Alex is around there. GDC is there. Scotty, is he on the lap? Because he just validated it. No. Next in line, Woomax. Yeah, Woomax. Turkey turn 8. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's ish, but it's not like a mirror. Like basically, these other ones are like complete mirrors. Danny just wants to watch the F1. I think he doesn't want to go to bed. He's like, no, I want to watch the race, Dad. Daddy, let me watch the race. Let me watch the race. All right, you can watch the race, Daddy. You can watch it. All right, it's okay. You can watch it. Yeah. There you go. That better? That better? Who do you want to watch? Do you want to watch Woomax? Good choice. We'll watch Woomax. Here we go. Woomax now. Quadruple right-hander. Nicely navigated. Penultimate corner. Misses the apex slightly. It's going to send him a bit wide, but manages to get it slowed down in time. Beautiful apex there. Nicely clipped. And 135.5 up into 8th. So who else we got? Oh, that was someone else going backwards. Who was that? That was Alex. Alex going to shoot him backwards on his lap there. Very difficult corner, that right hand, that quadruple right. He's going to go straight into the pits there. I'm not going to bother trying that again. Maybe he has not got the fuel to do so. Chubb now on his lap. Now, can Chubb see himself into Q3? Be interesting to see. Got a couple more drivers behind, so we'll keep an eye. Mate, I'll take the company. Take the company. If you want to jump in, I'll send you the invite. Let's get in a co-commentator. Relieve my throat. Relieve your ears. Listen to the sensuous sounds of the scouse that is Gaz DXD Ferret. We'll go back to, I think GTC's gone into the pits over and let his lap again. So not good from him. We'll just stay on board with Chubb then. Chubb's the next person that will cross the line. Bit of a late gear shift there. Could cost him a couple of miles an hour, but hits about a 120, a 196. Well, no, 198. Sorry. But Gaz, the party we're in is the DXT Comms party, which I'm sure you are affiliated with. There we go. So approaching the quadruple right. Welcome, Gaz. Just on board at the moment now with Chubb as he enters the penultimate corner. Yeah, he does. Danny's not happy about Chubb's lap, so I don't think it's going to be good by the looks of it. But he's going to be crossing the line, set at 135.3 into 9th. Little Hobo was right. Not a good lap from Chubb. Hi there, Gaz. How are you doing?
I'm good, mate. Good, mate. How are you?
I am very well. Thank you for joining me, giving my throat a rest, giving the guys a break from my my annoying voice.
Gotta help them out somehow.
Yeah, definitely. There we
Just
go.
seen El Stefano going really wide before turns 18, 17, 16, 17. So,
He seems to be struggling today, old Stefano. Not like
yeah.
him. Speedy's
No,
just
no, no.
gone on third. Not bad from Speedy.
He's one of those like strong mid-pack racers. Hoping to see a bit more from him today.
He's a very good teammate for Moyland. Moyland, I'd pretty
Yeah.
much say, is fairly safe now in this session. We'll see how many laps of fuel. I don't know if he's gonna have enough to cross the line. I think he's gonna run out by the very end. 0.7 I'm seeing on his dashboard, so I think he's gonna run out of laps. It is honest to God, like Danny does like watching F1. Like he's gone back to sleep again instantly. You mean F1 driver when you go up? Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's gonna get a tow from Moyland. I don't think it's gonna be any good though because he's gonna run out of fuel. Literally on the cusp, 0.4 laps of fuel. Can he make it round? Good tow from Moyland though. Was a good tow, but it might go in vain really. It's gonna go into
Well,
no fuel mode.
yeah,
Oh,
this,
they
like,
validated it anyway.
oh, you're joking. He could have coasted some of those Bahrain-esque corners, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's a bit.
he's not gonna have no more laps or no more time to set another lap either. That's it. He's done. With only, I think it was only 30 seconds, I believe. So we'll be saying goodbye to El Stefano. Also Al Jadifa as well. 30 seconds on the clock now. So Al Jadifa will be out of the session. GGC just starting his lap now in perfect time. And Alex needs to set a lap as well. Alex not having a good day so far. But yeah, honest to God, I'm looking forward to this race. It's going to be interesting to see with Johnny Stokes and Jack starting at the back of the grid.
Yeah. You do expect them to be a bit further up, like almost top three position. Well, UGC has actually missed 4 apexes already,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to be like hold my breath for a good lap from him unless he manages to pull out all the stops in sector 2 and 3.
He just needs to get that one. What's the mark? 135.3. As is
He's
Scotty
he's
getting in the
missed that
way of
apex
Alex?
massively.
It's,
He's not going. I'll be honest. After those two massive misses of the apexes on turn 1 and turn 12, don't. He's actually going to pull off.
I'm not sure what happened there. I just saw that guy Alex up the backside of his teammate Scotty crossing the line. But Scotty had no wing, so whether the AI took over and basically blocked his teammate, I don't know. I might have to rewind that. 1 second, let me put this back in. Goddamn headset didn't recharge last night, even though it was plugged in. Okay, anyway, let's have a look. Let's rewind that a minute. What happened there? So, ahead, it's like his teammates. His fear was AI. So the AI of Scotty got in the way of his teammate as he went around the final sector.
So GGC got a 36.6, so
It's not good enough, is
it's
it?
huge. It's like a second out from the next fastest. Just not quite there. Those two apexes he missed was quite key, and the flow through the S's wasn't great.
Surprised I've not seen a incident. Alex, so what happened was your teammate was AI'd. Yes, you're right. So he was AI'd and just basically blocked you off. Luckily enough, you sort of, you're still through to Q3, but that could have been a lot worse, to be honest. Could have been a lot worse. But there you go. That will be the end of Q2. So saying goodbye to the following drivers. Chubb, who didn't make it through into Q3, disappointing from him. El Stefano, Al Jadifa, and GDC. And it is a surprise that I'm going to say this, but DXT Carl has made it through into Q3. That is amazing. Well done, Carl. Could he be on for a deal? Could he get the deal from his missus? I don't know if guys you're aware of this deal.
I have no idea what this deal is, but
So, Mrs. Carl, aka Mrs. Moyland in the chat, big fan of Mr. Moyland, and she's got a deal with Carl. When he scores points, he gets a special treat.
ooh,
So far, he's only done it once with 1 point. You're unsettled today,
oh
aren't you?
wow.
So the pressure has really got to Mr. Carl. Yeah, it has. There we go. Okay, you can just stay with me. Because you're settling in your bed, are you? You want to watch the F1. I know. You want to watch the Formula One
No.
racing. Yeah, you do. That's it. Go back to sleep again. No one's on track yet. Is that what you're moaning? Who's on track? Who's going to go on track? Who's going to quell my son? Oh, looks like it's going to be a DXT Moylan, your favourite. Look, DXT Moylan. Do you want to see Moylan go around the track? Yeah. Go on then. Go on then. Go on then, Daddy. Put on DXT Moylan. There you go. Now he's quiet. Now he's quiet. He has to race first. Mrs. Moylan says he has to race first. No confidence in her husband there. That's say that it's true love. That's say that it's true love. It wouldn't be a partner if they're not cheering on someone else. DXT Lexi's exactly the same. Cheering on everyone but me.
Well, do you blame her?
No, well, no,
She wants to cheer on winners,
I think
mate.
it's a roller coaster when you're cheering on someone like me, you know, because sometimes I'm last, yeah, okay. Sometimes I'm getting podiums. You know, you're there for the ride.
You normally get gifted your podiums because everybody else has got penalties.
No. Okay. That might be right, but for the last one anyway, that might have been right. But for Monaco, I bought that one.
You bought it.
I bought Monaco. I don't know me and Monaco. So Anthony was ahead of me, and as we were racing, I went, "How much would it cost me to get the podium?" And he basically said, "I want to be the boss for the next Tottenham game because we work together." I was like, "Go on then, fine, done." So he was the boss. Like it cost me £100, pretty much. But I got a podium around Monaco. You know, 2 years in a row. That's all the stats are gonna say.
Is Moylan now starting his fast lap?
Yeah.
I'm kind of watching him to see how he hits this apex. So he's missed the apex quite significantly on that corner. Kind of like out of position for turn 2. He hits these S's.
That's much better from Moylan, but
it is much better, but he's still missing a couple of the apexes. But that was good. Let's see how he does as it comes up to 9 and 10.
Very nice. So how much would I have to pay for Carl to win? That's between you and the other drivers, Mrs. Carl. You've got to talk to all the other drivers to let him pass.
Oh, he's so Moylan was so close to invalidating that lap. He was on that white line.
What speed is he hitting? 197. So from what I've seen, a lot of drivers are maxing out at 198. Some are 196. So he's got a mid-range there, mid-range setup by the looks of it.
Well, that's what you kind of need, a bit more downforce, especially when you get into like sector 3, and a little bit more downforce for the S's, because you want the car to hit the apexes as much as possible on this circuit to get the flow.
Yeah, you definitely do.
And you can carry a lot of speed.
If you get one wrong, then yeah, it throws you off massively.
Yeah.
A 132.6, not a bad
That's
time.
a very decent time. Very, very decent time.
James Al, 133.8. Who else we got next? Crossing the line. Dutch Face, his feet crossing the line. Has he invalidated it? Nope. 133.5. Joe's invalidated it on the S's. Who else we got? Avi into the pits, invalidated it. Who else there? Scotty? That guy, Alex, 133.
Erez has just come out taking 10.8. Now hitting the last few corners.
Erez is another one that can definitely surprise you in this race. Not had the best of luck, but he can just pull out a lap like that, for example, 132.7, a tenth away from Moylan. Very good.
Yeah, you know what the thing is though, is like I was watching him, and there's a couple of corners like if he just tightened that to the apex, he would have saved like 2 tenths. So his pace. If he just tweaks that line a little bit, he can get another half second off that time.
That's a big difference. A big difference.
It is a big difference, but like looking at the time he's got now, it's showing like a lot of potential for him.
Mrs. Carlson, I'll get Moylan to take him out for me. Moylan's got nothing to lose now anymore, but he's just like he's done it for fun now. Moylan seems to have better luck in this league than he does in ours. In ours, he basically in TTFL he's kind of thrown away a championship Because obviously we've got a mix. Like I said, I think the assist does help. You know, you're against no assist versus assist, so the assisted are going to be to their advantage, rightly or wrongly. So he's kind of struggled in our league, but at the end of the season, this league where everyone's on the same sort of wavelength, he's just dominated until Jack came in. And then Jack as a reserve has just been stealing points left, right, and centre.
Well, Speedy there lost it for the S's. He just lost the flow. We'll see how much that hampers his final time.
That's just now as well. That's why he invalidated it as well. So he's not having the best of days here. There's Joe. Avi's on an outlap, I believe now. So we'll see.
He's just behind Speedy at the moment. So what Avi could do is he could actually use Speedy for a bit of a tow when he gets back around to that long straight.
And Mrs. Moylan says, I beat Moylan last night on track in GP3. Jesus. Oh yeah, GP3. So RPR now have a GP3. They're running. Basically, one league has a Sunday league folded, and RPR have grossly taken that over for the last 4 races of the season, which is really good. There we go. So it's Joe now coming around the last corner now. Is it going to be a good lap? It's okay. It's
a fair lap.
He salvaged it. So Womack's just behind now is on his flying lap. Avi just started his. Avi's got a bit of a gap between him and Speedy, so Speedy's probably going to be aware that Avi's coming and try not to give him any tow whatsoever.
Yeah, you can see Speedy slow down quite a bit. But if Avi's times Avi gets that momentum going and gets the Speedy just by the time he starts that long straight, gonna get a nice little tow. Speedy probably just pull over to the side and just go, you're not getting it off me.
Womack's went into the pits, so I wasn't happy with his lap, so he's gone into the pits. 4 minutes 30, sorry, 4 minutes 20 on the clock. There's still time. Moreland's out on an outlap right now, just ahead. Joe gets out of the way quite nice and early, making sure Avi does get no advantage whatsoever. Sun is beaming down into his face right now. What track would you race in, Mrs. Moreland, yesterday? He's not settling, Bubs. He wants to watch the F1, but he's making me hot. It is baking today. Why is it so hot? It's 13 degrees. It is not 13 degrees. Oh, Imola. That's probably why you beat Moylan. He's not a big fan of Imola. Here you go, mummy. DXT mummy has taken over. Now she's awake. You feeling any better? No?
Avi with a 1:33.0. Very nice time, but I know he can do a lot better than that, especially in the last sector. He lost quite a bit of time.
It is 27 degrees in my room. 27
Ouch.
degrees in my room.
That's a bit hot.
Just a tad. I might open the door and try and get some air in here because it's ridiculously hot. It's probably why he's not settled. He's baking himself.
Yeah, right. Get him to cool down. He'll settle quicker then.
Moylan, they're trying to get a little tow from Mrs. Carl. Oh, sorry, from Mr. Carl. Sorry.
Mr. Carl.
Yeah, So they share an account. So the C is Mrs. Carl. I don't know what her name is, and the K is Carl.
Maybe the C stands for Carla.
Could be Carla. Apparently, when we were doing a stream, we were naming all these letters. Names beginning with C. We mentioned it, but she didn't say anything.
Courtney.
Courtney could be a Courtney.
Chloe.
Alec Nevo knows what it is because he's got a top that Mrs. Carl ordered a top from us, so we need to get that signed at some point. Moylan's tightens up what he needed to tighten up. 132.0.
It did really well tighten those apex up.
It's not Carla.
It's not Carla.
Mrs. Carl strikes me as a Claire from Rob.
Ooh.
Avi second, 132.5. Mr. Scott, Mr. Scott now on a lap. We'll see what he can set.
I'm hoping it's just like one of those normal names and not something that you expect to see in a like a strip club like Crystal or something.
No, I don't think it's like that. I think it's a normal kind of name beginning with C. I don't think we've said Crystal before. It's not Claire either.
This is a good game. This now, like, what's Mrs. Carl's name?
Could be Candice, you know.
Caprice.
Yeah, we will get that thing. I'm not mad and disappointed. So yeah, so Mrs. Carl ordered a shirt from DXT's website, and it was sent to Nevo to get it signed, so we can, and then sent to me. It'll be sent to me so I can get it signed. And yeah, Nevo has kind of dropped the ball a little bit. Cinnamon, cinnamon,
Oh, Rob Cinnamon from Rob Cinnamon. What
fucking cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Any other
Oh.
stripper names you want to think of, Rob? And to the stage, cinnamon.
It's probably like it's gonna be something like Charlotte.
Charlotte's a nice name. I like Charlotte. Candy. 135.5 is what Mr. Carl has set. Yes, my name is Cinnamon. I like the way that Mr. Rob spelled it. Sinamen. Cinnamon. Clarice. Now how old are you? Clarice. Carl with a C. More or less said Carl with it. I like it. Carl with a C. Okay, so session has now ended. So Rumax will qualify in ninth, unless Carl can do anything about it. 134.3. Moreland
Well,
is pole for the time being.
we got
Scotty
that guy Alex is still on a hot lap right now.
is 1/10 up as well from what the timing board just told me. So that's good enough for fifth, where he is at the moment. I'm still giggling at Carl with a C. It's Carl with a C.
Sausage is on a hot lap as well as well, James has invalidated his.
Is Carl what's Carl doing? Is he on a lap? Is he pushing? No, he's 5 seconds down. So really, the only person on a lap is that guy Alex. He's 3 temps up. Again, it's on the cusp of beating Scotty, but it's not going to be any good.
He just hit 2 purple sectors.
Oh, he does beat Scotty, only just. 4 temps. They've had another 10th in the last part of that sector. 133, 132.8. Just beating his teammate. We have Sausage, who's come around the final corner, aka Rob, aka Joe, aka Speedy. 132.2.
Very nice time. That is really, really good time. That he hooked that lap up.
132.2. Where has this pace been all season, Speedy? Where has it been?
Finally living up to his name.
Exactly. We ever had to call you Mr. Slow, number 25, but that was ridiculous. Well done, Joe. Well done.
Yeah,
Where did he get it? In our league.
He was always going to get the James May Award.
Mr. Captain Slow. He's done really well there.
That was a fantastic. I watched half that lap and it looked brilliant.
Could be Carl and Carly. Carl and Carly. It could be Carly. Yeah, you're right. It could be Carly. Carly's a good one, actually. So here we go. Your top 10 for this race. Cracking lap from Joe. Really was, Rob. Really, really was. Moreland is your pole sitter. Speedy in second. I'm not said that all season. Speedy is in second. Avi's in third. Erez, his teammate, in fourth. So we've got a Aston Martin second row. And Red Bull third row with Alex and Scotty. And Alpha Tauri fourth row with Dutchface and James Al. Then Woomax in ninth and Mr. Carl in 10th. Not able to get a decent lap under his belt, but he got into top 10. That's good enough. That's good. I just want to see where what Joe did ran R1 because that was quick. I'm actually really surprised at that. Where did we
Yeah,
go
it was
USA?
very nicely done. I reckon he just must have just had that flow that just worked really well for him.
We done USA a little while ago, I think. I think it was quite an early race we did USA when Joe was actually on point, I think. We'll see what he did. Azerbaijan, Mexico.
It was one of those ones I missed.
We did do USA. Well, I can't find it now.
Yeah, it was one of the ones I missed.
Ah, was it? Canada,
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi, Netherlands. Wait, Abu Dhabi, Netherlands, USA. There we go. Got it. So Joe ran their sets a 1:33.4.
That's 1.2 seconds slower.
Faster. Yeah, he was fast. 1.2 seconds faster in this race. That was really good,
Yeah,
Joe. And he ended up, where did he finish in the race? He finished ninth. So
what we're expecting
not
in
the
this
best
race.
of not the best of races from Joe.
Didn't,
Was it
didn't, he-
ninth
didn't, he,
finish?
didn't he get
No.
caught up in an incident on that as well? Someone took him out or
No,
something?
he didn't. He actually no, he DNF'd. Yeah, you're right. He DNF'd. I looked at it quite late on in the race. He did a two stops, soft, medium, and was on his soft, and then crashed out with one lap on his softs. I crashed out at the very beginning. I think I remember rightly. I think I went out really early in that race. There's no shock
Typical.
there really. No shock there, me being out.
No,
But yeah,
not at all.
it's good. Our season's looking good. It's quite spicy actually. Looking quite spicy at the end.
Yeah, we've got a fantastic season end result to come. So
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be a title decider as well between Singh and Non-Human. Non-Human
yeah,
needs to get 26 points, so he needs the fastest lap and he needs the win, with Singh not scoring a point. It's unlikely, but it's possible. And then they'll
it
be
is
tied
quite
for points.
possible.
So I don't know how it would work because if he
After that, it's whoever's had the most race wins.
okay, this is where it's gonna okay. So it would be Non-Human then. Non-Human would win because he'd have 7 compared to Singh's 5.
Yeah,
It's close, very close.
that's what they said about Abu Dhabi. If the race got abandoned,
It had been a
Max Verstappen would have
one
won
off.
because he won more races.
But did you hear if they had matched their race wins, they would have had to do a final race, wouldn't? Is it a final race? No, well,
It's
I'm thinking of the Premier
yeah,
League. Sorry, I'm
they've
thinking of
got
something else.
they've got like they call it the seven levels of standings. So they go down to each one. So it's like who's had the most, who's had the most firsts if they're joined, who's had the most seconds, who's had
And
the most
thirds.
thirds, and that's the way it goes down. Um, it's just,
Yeah,
I think
I
it
was
goes
thinking
down
of the
to,
Premier League because I think if the Premier League, if they were matching on wins, they would have went to a final game between City and Liverpool, which would never happen before. Oh,
yeah,
Joe's gone
it's
really wide the formation lap. Where's he going?
well, that's that's what they say, but like they've actually same with Premier League. They go, it's goal difference, then it's a wins, then it goes down to goals for.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, they were saying that they weren't going to do that. They were going to go on a final game to decide it, which I think that would be quite
yeah,
interesting.
they probably would have changed it just to give basically, oh yeah, you know what, we'll give a big spectacle, like it'd be like a Premier League final.
A 39th game, yeah, that'd have been pretty cool. So there's your predicted strategy: soft, medium, or it'll be a soft, medium, soft, soft, hard, I think as well. But that's going to be a bit slower. But it will depend on safety cars as well. Safety cars coming to it as well. All right, so
Not
we'll
many
wait.
people on softs. I
Oh
was
yeah,
expecting a
I
few
don't I
more.
didn't go through the tyres, did I? Yeah, so
So
most of the grid going for mediums, and then we got Speedy, Carl and that got Alex on softs, and the free choice is hards for GTC. So that's quite a surprise actually.
see, this is one of those circuits. We don't get many people DNFing early on unless they have a really nightmare.
Yep. So you got 1 light,
Well,
2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights as we're on board now with Speedy. He's looking at a good start. We'll jump to Avi and lights out, and away we go here in the US of A. Everyone getting quite a decent start now. Speedy on the run up. He's going to let Moylan go through. Put him in a bit of danger though, as Avi goes very wide there. He does manage to hold position, but they go 3 wide now. Pulls out is. Alex made the most of that. Went straight past Avi. Errors to the pull out of that, which is rightly done. Going around the S's now. Everyone is still jostling. A bit of wing has flown off someone's car. I don't know who that was. I have to go back and have a look in a minute. But so far, quite a clean start. El Stefano's going
Yeah,
down the grid. Has he got damage? No. Someone's definitely got damage somewhere. It could be Al
well,
Jadifa.
I was on board with Rumax there, who had an absolutely brilliant start, but had to be careful with when he was approaching Dutch Face. Made some fantastic moves on the S bends.
I tell you
And I was like,
who's had a good start. Jack.
Rumax.
No, Jack. He's up 8 positions already from being back of the grid.
Oh, really?
Now up into 10th. Jack is storming through right now. He's battling out with Chubb. And he's got to get the inside. He's going to pull out of that by the looks of it. He does. He didn't have the best of lines through that, but up into 11th. He's on the charge right now. Johnny Stokes also up into 15th now, starting in the back. And Jack is coming back at Chubb once again. Ran the long quadruple hander, and he's got a penalty already. It's how much Jack is pushing. Well defended by Chubb. Did force him a little bit off track there, though, but all's fair in love and racing on lap 1.
Well, it was one of those things that Jack's position in line, he was going to go wide anyway.
Yeah, it was never on the best line through that, as he's making the move now into the first corner, up into 10th, already into 10th place after 1 lap. That is 9 places already he's made up in the space of 1 lap. Couple of guys are pitted, so Al Jadifa and Neles be pitted. Looks like that's probably for new wings.
He's already on the back of Rumax, who he looks like he's struggling for pace, but holds well.
1 second, Gaz. 1 second. Who's leading this race? When did we miss that? We have just missed.
How did we miss that?
Speedy is in the lead of this Grand Prix. What happened to Moyland? That is unreal. Well done, Joe, is leading this race. We were concentrating so much on Jack.
That guy, Alex, has had a good start. He was started 4th, he's got past Erez, and he's staying on the back of Moyland.
Yeah, I think he's like further back. He started 5th. He started 5th.
Was it 5th he started?
Yeah, it was
wow.
5th. It was a Red Bull 4th row, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, which is 3rd and 4th, yeah, so he would have been 5th. Yeah, we had a Mossad 3-4.
No, sorry, 5th and 6th. So yeah, he was 5th because Scotty hasn't moved up anywhere, I don't believe. Yeah, second-rate commentators from Alice. I've been watching Jack. If you're watching anyone, Jack's made up 11 places now, or 10 places already from the back. That's who you're watching. I just didn't believe he would do it. That's unbelievable. 10 places from Jack. That's unreal.
And Moyland's managed to claw back some of that gap, but that guy Alex is catching up with Moyland. So we could have that guy Alex battling for P1 soon.
Yeah, I think the tyres they're definitely helping. Joe is on the soft, so is Alex. So these tyres are the faster ones to be on, but they're not going to last very long. I think it's about 10 or so laps before you start really feeling it. Bearing in mind they've done quali on it as well, so it could be 7 before they actually start falling off properly. No safety cars as of yet. There's still a long train going back from Rumax down to 17th of GGC. There's quite a huge train there forming. Also got Avi making a move on Erez now for 5th place. It should be a simple move from his teammate, and it is. Jack making a move on Dutch Face as well, up into 8th. Jack's going to be on the back of these very quickly, very, very quickly. Mrs. Carl says, where are you, Alex? He's watching it in bed. He's a lazy piece of shit. No joking. He's been working hard today. Sorry, guys, what were you saying?
Yeah, I was just saying that Jack's pushed himself a bit too hard, I reckon, and he really needs to turn himself in because he could basically potentially on the way he's going be on podium, but he could lose that out with the penalties if he's going to keep putting them on.
There he is. He's going to be pushing that car quite a lot. So Alex now really right behind Moylan. Moylan's been saved by the DRS he's getting from Joe. Jack's at the fast lap at 1:36.5. Just shows you how much he is pushing. Yeah, Mr. Moylan could have commentated tonight, but he was a bit tired. Bless him. Johnny Stokes has made the move past his teammate of Chubb. Chubb probably just let him go there. Carl is dropping down the grid quite a heavily amount as well. He's down to 15th, lost 5 places already. Rob has made the overtake on him. DXT battle there. There's no rules of DXT. These guys are battling for their life. There's no hierarchy a DXT can't fight, the more the better.
Well, there is that one rule.
You can't take over me.
If you're that bad, you're getting binned.
That's very true. Or you aim for Hobo, which seems to happen quite a lot. Jack right now on the back of James. James is getting a bit of help from DRS as well, but good defending from James there. Doesn't let Jack make the opportunity to move, but Jack is going to go, do you know what? I'm just going to go around the outside here, mate. Got to the inside for the next corner. And it's a great move there from Jack up into 7th now.
You can see Scotty really struggling to get past Erez from Jack's view. Scotty probably has a bit more pace.
Rob as well, just seems like Rob Stefano. Lovely move from Rob. Jack's got a lot of pace. He has got a lot of pace. I think he had a really bad quali. Really bad quali. Which saw him out of Q1.
He's going to have a bit of a problem here with Scotty and Erez, because Scotty is trying his hardest to get past Erez, which makes Jack trying to get past Scotty even harder.
Yeah, it does. And there we go. He's making a move now.
Scotty makes the move.
Erez leaves it open and can't really answer back with that. Scotty gets traction down quite nicely. Jack's just got to sit and wait for a move. Maybe a mistake from Erez there, but there we go. There's a bit of a mistake there.
There is the mistake that you were looking for. Has he got it done?
Yeah, he has. It's a great move from Erez.
That is a very good move on the S's.
That's the thing with Jack. He can be very patient when he needs to be, as Moylan's been overtaken by Alex just before the DRS. So Moylan must have got a bit out of shape on the S's himself. He's going to have DRS to pull him back, but with Alex getting DRS on Speedy, there's a big... Oh, there's a crash back there. There is a crash. As Speedy's going to potentially lose at 2 places here on the straight, and he does. Alex and Moylan both getting past. Speedy's going to try and fight it back around the outside, but with Moylan holding that inside line, he's not going to be able to do anything about it. Now, where was that crash further back?
It just seemed that Speedy actually had no speed at all going down that straight.
Nice. Lack of Speedy.
Lack of Speedy.
I think that was DXD Rob and DXD Carl had a bit of a incident back there. I'm not entirely sure what, but Rob has got damage. Carl seems like he's got nothing, but I don't know. Rob is in the party with us. Might be able to tell us in a bit what happened there. But we'll jump back with the race for now, as the battle of the first is changed hands again. So it's now Alex leading the way, Moylan in second, Speedy in third. Now, when is there been a time when you're going to see this in real life with Red Bull, McLaren, and Alfa Romeo fighting for a lead?
But yeah, the way Bottas is putting that Alfa Romeo, just a little bit more technical ability from that car, and I'm sure he will be battling for podiums.
He's done very well with that car. It actually shows you how good of a driver he probably was in the Mercedes. But it's just, I think that Lewis was just that much better. Yeah,
Lewis is a phenomenal driver. You can't take that away from him. People might not like him, but he's talented.
He is. Rob's in the pits
at the moment, up in 5th.
He is. He's got 1.2 seconds to get to Avi, and he's got another gap closed that as well.
Yeah, he closed that down from 2 seconds at the beginning of that lap.
There's good little battles going on. It's still like a bit of a train forming. They're starting to spread out a little bit now. Erez just in DRS about with James. The yellow flag's waving for nothing by the looks of it. As Booker's out. Oh, Booker's out. That's retired in the pits, I believe, because his car's rejoined the track. So I don't know what happened with Booker there, but Booker's not going to get any points if he keeps doing this. Still a long way to go. It's only 6 laps of 28, so it's still a long way to go in this race. 22 laps to go. Bit early for a retirement. It's definitely on track, I believe, because I do think that is his car. I can't see another car on field, actually. I don't know what happened to Booker.
I seen a little dot in the pit lane and it just disappeared.
Yeah, he has retired in the pits. Seems to be a bit early, it's a bit premature at this stage of the race. Lots can happen still, especially around USA.
Well, the thing is, I've seen people retire in the pits just because they've actually got car damage that's not repairable.
Like wing or rear wing or floor.
Yeah.
So GGC battling with Hadzojo for 14th place right now. Carl is in the pits. This could be for new wheels or that wing damage we suspect from earlier. And it
Uh,
does look like it's a new wing. It is a new wing. A
I'll
new
expect
wing.
expect a penalty lead heading towards Speedy soon. He keeps putting track limits up a bit, so don't be surprised if that happens. And Moylan gets first.
He does.
Nice move down into turn 12.
Bit wide on the exit there though, but he will hold it as Jack has made the move past Avi. So Jack will be joining this little battle very soon as these softs are going to start falling off. And we have a spinner at the back, I believe. That is GGC. He's gone round on the traction zone there. Unfortunate from him. James Al right behind Scotty as well. So a little battle between 6th and 7th right now. Jack literally now 1.7 behind Speedy. There you go. There is that penalty for Alex as well.
Yeah. So
Great fight.
these penalties will make a massive difference when it comes to the end of the race because it looks like this battle could, for the top three, could last the whole race.
It could. Oh, Joe's a bit deep into that first corner there. He's going to lose a bit of grounds to Alex. He doesn't want to be doing that too often because he's got Jack right behind him now. 1.3 the gap. Scotty's got a penalty as well as James Al is really pushing him. Speedy seems a bit nervous on that throttle there for going through the S's. He has a bit of a lift and a bit of a, lift. He's still within DRS though. He's going a bit of overtake just to make sure he stays within the DRS as Jack is now within DRS off Speedy. So we've got a four-way battle now for first place. Avi trying to catch up, but he's 1.2 now. It's going to be even harder for him, bearing in mind he was all within DRS. Johnny Sosa a penalty as well.
So we're about a quarter of the way through the race already. You got any predictions for your top three?
I think it's gonna be Moyland. So look, I think Jack will win this race. Jack's got a lot of pace. Jack will probably win this race. Moylan in second, and I'll go with Speedy for third. Speedy's been quite consistent. As long as he keeps his pace up, doesn't get involved in too much battling with Alex, he should be okay for a podium. But Alex might have something to say about that as well. What about yourself? What do you reckon?
Well, I'm pretty much agreeing with you on that. To be honest, I'm going to back Moyland for the win.
Is he here now? Escaped? No, he has not. Sorry, I thought he just got out of DRS then from Alex, but Alex just about gets it.
Yeah, so I think Jack will get second, and it'll be between Alex and Speedy for third.
James Al.
I'd lean towards Alex getting third, but losing it down to penalties.
Yeah, it's true because it's so Jack's got a penalty as well, but I just believe Jack will gain that time. As Scotty gets another penalty as well there, because his line was all wrong going through the S's. Dirty Air probably not helping him, and he's gonna lose out a lot of time to James Al. He still hasn't really got back on his right line. He has lost DRS. It just shows you, make that one mistake, and for 4 corners after that, you're in a lot of trouble.
Oh, I just seen Scotty make a little bit of a mistake at the end of the S's. Just brought Erez back into
He has brought Erez back
into the DRS range.
Done immediately defensive as well. There's Scotty. So Erez has DRS. Scotty lost DRS to James. It's going to be a late lunge if Erez is going to go for it, but he's got a lot of overspeed and he's going to go down the inside late on the brakes. Scotty, can he answer back? No, he really can't.
No, Erez made that move perfectly. That was a very good move into turn 12.
Oh, yellows again. Hadzojo done it. Same thing as GGC. GGC is going to get straight back past him. These two are battling out earlier. Now the battle will resume. So who else we got on board? It's going back with the battle for the leaders. So Moylan in first, Alex in second, Speedy in third, and Jack is in fourth. All with DRS. Avi is now out of the way. 2.1 seconds the gap. A bit of overtake here from Jack.
Jumped into the pits.
Going on move on Speedy. Late onto the brakes. Can't see who's done it. He has done it. Scotty's out. Scotty's in the pits.
He's retired in the pits.
What happened there?
Well, he's lost a lot of pace. Whether he's thinking, oh, that's it, I'm not enjoying this, or
like you said, he might have had unrepairable damage that's really costed him.
Yeah.
So because that second retirement.
Yeah, he had no answer to Erez on that straight whatsoever. Erez was just too fast.
His car's going to come back out on track, unfortunately. It stopped into the pit lane. I think it stopped into the pit lane. for some reason. Not too sure why. It has, right at the end of the pit lane. I want to jump over Hardzoja because he could be in trouble here. No, he's gone. The car's gone. Been cleared. Bit of a strange reset there. As Carl has spun as well. Carl now in 19th place. He will get 18th in a minute, but he's gone from 10th to 18th in 10 laps. It's a big shame for him. Back to the battle with a lead. So Speedy is now just about in DRS of Jack in third place. Jack's in third, Speedy in fourth. He's going to fall out of the DRS zone as his tyres are going to start feeling the burn right now. How many tyres, how many laps do you reckon these tyres can go on, Gaz, from here?
Well, see, soft tyres around here is positionally between 10 and 13 laps. So it depends on how hard you're pushing those tyres, really.
Yellows again.
With mediums, cannot no more than 18. The one stop from soft to mediums is possible, but you've got to nurse both sets of tyres to make it effective.
Alex made a mistake there in the final part of the S's, and it's let Jack through. So Jack right now 1.6 seconds of the gap from Moylan's. Alex, these tyres are starting to feel the strain. As you can see, on the greening on the outside, right as well as a definite colour, darker colour on the outside of that tyre. In the and look, even more so on the front left as well. So these tyres are definitely straining right now. Alex is going to have DRS to pull him back through. Can he get any closer to Jack? He's not going to be able to do it there. Speedy's fallen off the gap quite a lot now, 2.8, and losing out to Avi there. So these mediums coming into their own. These softs are falling off. I would expect Speedy to come into the pits. Probably Alex as well now.
Yeah, I definitely would agree, because when you see them in the slow corners, you can see the bubbling effect down the centre, which is a big telltale sign that those tyres are almost at the cliff. But those tyres will still give you another effective lap, really. It's just, there he goes.
Alex is coming.
Alex is coming in.
Joe as well. Joe's feeling the strain. He's coming as well. I think Joe possibly should have maybe undercutted. Tried to come in about a lap later. And just try and see if he can get a jump on Alex. Both come in same time.
You mean overcut?
No, the undercut, isn't it? When you come in first?
Oh, undercut if you come in first, overcut if you go after. I thought you meant you want...
No, Speedy's
before Joe was going afterwards.
No, Speedy's would come in a lap earlier. Because he looked like he was struggling a lap earlier than he actually is pitting. Oh, Johnny's in the pits. On these mediums. He's going for a set of softs. So he's coming... And a new wing for Johnny as well. So...
He's going to have to pit again.
Yeah, he can't make it to the end on that. That's kind of really strategy a little bit. And it'll probably be mean a set of mediums rather than a set of softs for the end of his race. Or it depends, actually. If he stretches these softs, he could have another set of softs at the end of it. All depends how he gets on. But he comes out in 12th, just behind GGC, so he's not terrible. And Rumax Al-Jadifa's coming to the pits as well on his 9-lap-old set of softs. So that'll possibly be a new set of mediums for him as well. Jack, he's not catching Moylan like I thought he would, you know. I thought Jack could be all over the back of him.
I think he's nursing.
Yeah, he's done the hard work getting up there.
Because if you look between Moylan and Jack on those tyres, there's a lot of graining on Jack's over Moylan's. Jack's really going to have to nurse those tyres for the next 8 laps.
Yeah, Moylan's in a good place. He's been pulled along quite a lot by the soft runners, so his tyres will be a lot fresher than Jack's, who's had to fight from 19th to be in second right now. James is coming to the pits as well, so another early stop from James. 12 lap on the mediums.
No Speedy's penalty.
Yeah, that's him getting the grip he never had before. He's finding this grip. Softs for James now. So that'll be another soft lap he'll have to do after this as well. Another soft stint, I should say. Dutch face right on the back of Erez through the S's. Erez looks like he made a bit of a mistake there, but he's kind of held it as Dutch face has gone wide out of the exit there.
The problem with the S's, if you're following a car closely, then you make a mistake, it does put you off your next line.
Oh, here we... I thought Jack was in the DRS. He's not. He's in that DRS detection, but it must have not got it. We have a spinning car ahead. I think that is Al Jadifa. It is. And he's really struggling to get that car round. Has he got no wing? I think he lost his wing. I can't see the wing on the side of the track, but there's Formula Ford. A Formula Ford for Al Jadifa as he's being overlapped. Well, about to be lapped by the leaders. Keep out the way, very nicely done.
We do appreciate that for Al Jadifa, as you just see him hopping around the corner over the grass.
Good awareness from him, as Jack has got DRS. Although bad exit from Jack and a good one from Moreland has opened that gap up once again. 1.2 seconds, 1.1 as they enter the first corner, and on the exit the first corner, it's still 1.1. Al Jadifa's retired in the pits as well, so the third retirement from the pit lane. Alex fast lap from the race, 136.4. It does seem like, based on the tyre wear of, or suspected tyre wear we've got, we think of Jack with the battling he's been doing, Moreland is handling the S's a lot better than Jack.
Yeah, it's where like Moreland tends to get the gap, and then Jack brings it back in, but it just misses out on that DRS.
Yeah, it's very close. It's a very close battle as Johnny Stokes fast lap on his soft tyres, 136 dead, and on battle of ERS as well, Moreland's got 30%. Jack, as he's braking now, on to 50. Moreland on to 35 on the braking. So Moreland's using a bit more overtake than Jack. Now Jack's got within the DRS. And Moreland's got a potential hazard ahead of Mr. Carl. Hopefully Mr. Carl can stay out of the way of this battle. He'll be getting told blue flags ahead of him. He should be getting told blue flags ahead of him.
Yeah, there is, the blue lights are flashing for him.
Oh, good. Moreland did he pick up DRS from him? I don't think he will, but he'll get a little toe from him. Jack right now has got DRS on this on this home straight, but not enough to do anything about it. Jack goes past the lapped car of Mr. Carl, who gets away quite nicely. See this gap now. So 5 tenths at the end of the S's. What's the gap going to be when they exit? Who's going to have the better line? Still 5 tenths, 6 tenths now. So more than finding a tenth and a half. Back within 5 on the exit now. It's 6 tenths. So Moreland can find a tenth there, but it's going to be under threat now from DRS. Jack late on the brakes into the 4th tenth there. It should be a simple move from Jack on Moreland. Do you think Moreland would fight this one?
I don't think he should.
No, he's not. Rightly so, he's not fighting it. Jack will take the lead in this race. Moreland will slip into seconds. It's not in his best interest. I think it's better for Moreland to save his tyres. Jack's on an aggressive strategy. Yellow flags are waving, and I believe that is a Ferrari of Chubb spinning round, and it is in 13th. No damage. Oh, no wing. No wing. Safety car. Safety car's come out. Now, this has not helped out.
This is the worst time in the world for anybody who's on the medium tyres.
And it's not helped out Moreland at all. It means him and Jack will get a free pit stop.
It's not the fact that they're going to get a free pit stop. It's the fact that if they pick soft tyres, the soft tyres have got a very slim chance of lasting to the end.
They've got to do what? 12 laps on the softs?
14 laps.
14 laps on the softs, sorry. So they're gonna feel the strain.
Safety car just tried to take Neles out.
I missed that, didn't it? Where is safety car now? It's just
coming into the S's. As Neles went to go right, the safety car pulled right across the track.
Jesus. So Moreland, Jack and Moreland will go on the softs, Avi on the softs. Everyone's coming in for softs basically. Alex is on the softs as well. No one's staying out. James Al stayed out. James Al on these fresh softs. Might as well. He's sitting in 4th right now, so there's a good stop. Well, it's not helped him out as such, but, you know, best of a bad situation, I think, for him. Johnny's coming in for a set of softs. He has got the gap to GGC, who will be coming in for softs as well. Womack's doing the same.
That safety car has saved Carl's race, really.
It has. Carl's just about to be lapped as well, and he's now going to be able to reach the back of this pack, hopefully. If I was
So
Carl, potentially just keep going. I wouldn't pit for a set of softs. I would just run it as fast as you can to the back of the pack and see how many laps you can get out of it. I think Carl has done both strategies. Has he done, or has he gone medium to medium?
yeah, I think he went soft to medium.
He's done
No, he
soft to
didn't. No,
medium.
no, no, no. He was on mediums.
Oh, medium to
There's
medium. So that's
no
not good.
one, but no one below 10th was on softs. So yeah, medium to medium.
Yeah, that's not good from here. So he will have to pit for the soft tyres. Rob's got to do the same as well. Rob's on a medium to medium. Oh no, Carl was soft to medium. Carl was soft to medium. So Carl can go. No, he can gun it right now. Rinse these tyres. Get to the back. Get near to the back of the pack, and then go for another set of mediums at the end. Hopefully he's got enough time, but obviously it depends on how fast the safety car is. He's now going to get held up a little bit. Yeah, Carl was on soft to start.
Oh yeah, because he got into Q3, didn't he?
Yeah, he's in Q3. So Jack right
You
now
always
trying
forget
to
that
rev.
when
Go on, sorry.
you always forget that they get into Q3 when they don't normally.
Oh, okay. What? James is pitting. James is pitting. Strange call from James. Is he going to go mediums to the end potentially? Could be a good shout, to be honest.
It'd be the logical shot really, because he
It is
can
mediums
get
to the end.
he can get a quick pit stop here on these for these mediums. He just needs to hope he can battle way through
He's
with
hoping he
those
gets there in
fresh
front of Johnny
mediums.
Stokes, who's coming through the pit now, and Johnny Stokes will jump James Al. Yeah, he does. So Johnny Stokes into 8th. James Al will sit in 9th, but on the fresh mediums, this will get to the end of the race. Unfortunate for the guys that was starting on mediums because they're going to have to. No, they had to go on to softs. They had no choice really. They couldn't put on a set of mediums like the guys Johnny Stokes, James, GTC, Woomax. So they've got the raw end of that deal, I think there. Elstefan is in the
Yeah,
pits for a set of softs.
this is going to make it interesting though now, because it kind of just splits the field into two groups now. The ones who got on mediums, and the ones on the softs. Now, whether the guys on the softs can actually make such an impact and get a space to pit again, or make them last all those laps, it's going to be a tough call, really.
Yeah, it's true. Ooh, 5-second penalty for Elstefano over collision with Neles. So fresh set of start medium, sorry, for Carl, who comes into the pits. So not a bad call there. That will get him to the end of the race. He has done both stints, so he can go medium safely to the end now, and it will bring him right up to the back of this pack. Safety car should be in the next lap, not this. Fingers crossed, anyway. A bit of queue, there's a big queue forming behind. I think that's Neles, isn't it? Neles going fairly slowly, kind of stuck in the moment. So any change of prediction now after safety car? What do you reckon's gonna happen now?
Oh, let's say I'm still thinking Jack and Moyland has got a habit of being able to make those tyres last a bit longer. But I'm still thinking Moyland first, Jack second. But
I've got a feeling Johnny Stokes could have a say in this race now because he's now on the
yeah,
mediums. They should get to the end. James Hour is also a dark horse for this win now. Not win, but a podium finish at least.
yeah, it's going to be. But then, like, the ones that I'm actually my eyes on Avi and see what Avi can do, because he's going to be sitting there behind Moyland and Jack, and whether he can basically hitch a ride with them all the way around, he might actually be up there with them.
And Avi by no means is a slow driver. He's a very quick driver, very smooth as well. So he could be even helping his tyres a lot more with his driving style.
Yeah.
Safety car, I guarantee will be in this lap as Chubb's come in again. So Chubb wants a new set of tyres, wants a new set of softs. 10 laps, definitely get him to the end now from here. So he's going to lose one place to Carl. But can he make it 7 places up into the points? I don't know. It's 10 laps. It's going to be quali laps all the way for Chubb. And they are fresh tyres by the looks of it as well.
Yeah, it's technically 11 laps if you include this one,
Yeah.
and then you got like people always disregard the safety car laps in their count, but it all depends on whether they're keeping the tyres at the right temperature. Because if you're weaving too much, you're going to take a lot out of those tyres. But then if you don't weave, they're going to be cold and you won't get the grip.
I believe it's in Jack's best interest to get the safety car restart underway as quick as possible because it will give the medium runners less time to get the heat in the tyres. So if he takes too long, it gives everyone a chance. Safety car is in this lap as the pack is now all together once again. So if I was in Jack's shoes, I would probably be following the safety car quite closely as well into that thing. But he seems to be giving it a bit of a gap. When 30 miles an hour he's hitting, let's be careful about not going too slow on behind safety car. I don't want to bring it to a complete stop.
Yeah, as long as it's like roughly about the same, no slower than the pit lane speed limit, then they'll get away with it.
I'm going to jump on board with Moylan and watch this restart now.
I tend to jump with the third place
At the third
because they get
place.
to watch both of them
Yeah, that's
and see
true.
how they react.
Avi was going to go there. Jack is still doing a bit of weaving. Moylan's got his temperatures up by the looks of it. Avi's just put his car alongside.
Jack's trying to coax other drivers to start weaving.
Here he is as they go around the final corner. There's not many places to catch out Moylan, and he does a little bit, not too much. Half a second he's gained. That's caught out Avi quite a bit though. Avi was really caught out by that, and Dutch Face looking for a move up the inside.
Dutch Face on the outside.
Oh, he's got a lot
that
of
was
grip.
Very close.
That could have been a big crash there. As he goes to the outside now, but then back to the inside, and he has a you concede that. He can't make that move. That's too risky.
Dutch Face had the opportunity. Some drivers would have went for that move. He's a bit more cautious, but he's probably going to wait for another mistake.
Moylan's got a penalty, 3 seconds. That's not going to help his battle with Jack, who's on the same penalties as well. They have both gapped Avi by nearly a second. Yellow flags are waving, as I believe Carl's out this race. Carl is out. Had some sort of crash at the back there. I don't know if Rob saw what happened. Rob, can you tell us what happened?
I was too busy trying not to spin myself. I think he got on the power a little bit too quick.
Oh, there we go. Chubb making the move past GDC, followed by Hudzojo up into 13th and 14th, respectively. And GDC on their medium tyres definitely felt the struggle there. Big shame for Carl. He had such a good quality. Moyland is now losing touch to Jack, 1.2 seconds the gap. Avi 1.1 to Moyland. Very closely followed by Dutch Face though. Dutch Face is keeping Avi under threat as we got our spinning Rob. Rob lost under traction. Oh, that's unfortunate. 134.2 from Jack, fastest lap of the race. Dutch Face is really close behind Avi.
Yeah,
This is a really close battle.
It's like he's waiting for another mistake. But this mistake's got to happen at the right time for him to capitalise on it.
Yeah, it does.
But Avi's line through the S's is sublime.
It is. It gains him a couple of attempts every time he does it. Erez as well, not having the same amount of luck as his teammate. He's just lost, well, just about losing DRS to Dutch Face. He might just pick it back up again, but it's one more lap anyway. It's not going to be done this lap. Who else we got? Joe is, James is still keeping Joe honest as well. They're still within about a second, so this will help out James if he can keep within this pack, just to pull him forward on them medium tyres. Johnny Stokes making the move on James though, down the back straights, simply done. Bit wide though into the exit. Can James come back? No, he's going to go for the switch underneath. He's going for it. Johnny goes to close the door on him, and it just too much for James to handle really, and Johnny goes through into 8th.
There's a huge battle going on down from 11th backwards.
Yeah, literally look at it now. Oh, bit of contact there from Neles and Chubb as Hadzojo sees his opportunity and goes round the outside. Will he hold it around Chubb? No, he won't. And Neles loses at 2 places in 1 corner as Hadzojo goes really wide there on the exit. DRS is now enabled for this lap. So who's gonna get the advantage now? James is still within touching distance of Johnny Stokes. Again, Johnny is very quick. James could use Johnny just to pull him along a little bit. Dutch Face falling out a little bit behind Avi, so just about inside the detection point if he can get this in there. Where's the detection point coming up now? See that little circle on the map? That's where it is. He's going to be within that second. There you go. Then let's get a penalty there for track limits. Oh, I've not stopped talking. It's ridiculous.
Well, we just like that battle down at 11th is kind of like fizzled out a little bit. They're still quite close, but they're not side by side anymore. Seems like Chubb's been the one who got the most out of that. He's tried to close down El Stefano, and he's doing so quite quickly.
It looks like El Stefano's getting a bit of a helping hand from the DRS of Rumax, but
I don't think he had DRS.
Oh, he didn't, no. So Chubb tried to go around the outside there. El Stefano just says, no, not today, mate. Closes the door on him.
But Rumax seems to be struggling.
He's struggling, but he's doing well to keep these guys behind as long as he has done. Considering
Yeah.
that they're on the faster tyre, he hasn't done too bad. He's losing touch massively to James Howe, though. But I think that's because he's looking too much behind than he is in front. El Stefano getting a bit nervy under the brake in there. Going a bit wide, a bit squiggly, a bit of a lock up there as Chubb will see that and go, do you know what, I want to try and get this move done. El Stefano defends the inside line down the home straight. Chubb's going to try and go around the hard way. He's going to get a bit of DRS from Rumax, but it will box him in a little bit, and it has done there. He has to pull out of that one. So good defence from El Stefano.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic move. And now he's backed off quite a bit because Rumax put him off for that layer, being a little bit offline. So then that kind of knock-on effects to Chubb. It seems like this is going to be a continuous battle between these drivers, all for 10th place.
Yeah, it's going to bring Hadzojo's there as well, and Neles is in this battle, so this train's getting a bit longer. GDC's going to try and bring it back in. So Rumax, can he defend one more time to El Stefano? But DRS is going to say otherwise.
No, this is
simple.
This is way too quick.
Will he lose 2 places? He will, and that's or potentially. Rumax late on the brakes, going to try and go around the outside, hold it, and he can't. Neles, his teammate, is having a battle with Hadzojo. Hadzojo got the inside line now, and the soft tyres are going to prevail. Just about, bit of contact there, but Neles will lose out here, won't get that place over Hadzojo as they both run really wide. I saw a bit of movement there from Erez and that guy Alex. Speedy is on the back of this battle as well. Johnny Stokes can't really pull in, but here we go. James Howe making a move on Johnny Stokes into the first corner, late on the brakes, DRS open.
That guy Alex and Erez just had a bit of contact on turn 1. So yeah. that guy Alex dived into the inside, got round, but Erez just kind of like closed in and a bit of contact, but luckily both drivers are still going.
Erez doesn't look too comfortable on the S section as Speedy or as that guy Alex, as we have a spin out of Neles, who's now into 16th. But he seems to lose a lot of ground there. It's like we said earlier, once you lose the first corner, it's difficult to get your positioning back. ERS is flashing already, so he's down to 6%. Whereas Speedy, bad exit out of that last corner, there, we needed the DRS, needed the traction. Bit of a bad exit, won't help him there, but he'll stay where he is. Johnny Stokes and James will continue their battle though for 8th place. It's not what they want really. They want to try and work together to catch back up to this pack, but the more they battle, the more they're going to be pulling out ahead. James is going to try and go around the outside and cut back in, but Johnny's got it covered off and will stay ahead on lap 23. Very close battle. Very close battles all over the track. We're trying to see if we can catch all of them. Hadzojo potentially making a move on Wumax, but not round there. He's not anyway.
Chubb's like all over the back of El Savano. He tried once down back straight. Now he's at the home straight. Can he get this move done?
The Dutch Face ahead in third and fourth has pulled in the gap. Sorry. On my screen, Chubb lost it completely. On my screen, El Stefano was going for a defensive move and Chubb oversteered and spun. It looks like it's just a connection problem, as Chubb does make the move past El Stefano quite cleanly as we say goodbye to Hadzojo, who's crashed seemingly or DNF'd in the pits. No, so it's crashed on the last corner as Nelez has gone into the pits to retire. So down to 14 drivers now in this race. Dutch Face is still chasing down Avi, who is flashing on overtake, losing out on ERS a lot. 4 laps or 5 laps to go really in this race. 4.5 maybe if you're pedantic. Do you know what? I've not seen the inroads I thought for the medium runners that I would.
No. But then this is the crossover point now. So this is where the medium runners should be getting into their own element.
Oh, spin from Alex. As you said that, yes, you're right. Spin from Alex. Lost it on the quadruple right-hander. He's going to fall right back down the grid behind Johnny Stokes in 8th. Into 9th he goes. That could be a pit stop for him because his tyres will be cooked and it will be... Will it be a retirement to follow as well? I don't know. 5-second penalty. That normally means a retirement. There you go. Retired there. He kind of realised he's not going to get any points out of this race. So retirement for Alex. It's a big shame. We'll see El Stefano getting up into the points as the battle for 3rd and 4th continues with Avi still out. Just got his 20% back. We now use a bit more. Dutch Face, healthy amount of overtake as they come into the back straight now. Speedy as well is on the back of Erez. 4 seconds down the road from these guys though. A penalty there from Johnny. So Johnny and James constantly battling. We have Avi and Dutch Face still stuck where they are at the moment. Speedy can't get the ground made either as Johnny's making another attempt past James down the back straight. And does make that done quite easily. Big lock up there from Johnny. Can James capitalise? No, he won't. He'll stay behind. A lot of penalties, I think, from Johnny. I think Johnny's got 2 penalties, I believe, already. James, I think, only with the 1. James must be careful on the acceleration there, though, mate. Oh. So, this crossover point, like I said, will be coming into play now. Will the gaps start to tumble for these soft runners? Gonna be close, though. Gonna be close. But what else we got battling wise? Dutch Face can't seem to get the ground on Avi. Can you tell why? Because he seems to be in at DRS the whole way through. Looks like Avi's got a much better line through the S's.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better line. Look, he gained 3 temps there during the S section, so that's where Avi's getting his time back.
Avi's using his overtake on the exit of the S's
to ensure he's got the gap, or to even try and break the
DRS. He's using it on the exit of the slow corners just to keep himself ahead, but he's worn his DRS right down. So
Speedy having a little look on Erez. He's too far away this time. Speedy can't really get the traction down where he needs it, as James is making another move on Johnny, up into 7th now. Good move from James, because that car slowed down in time. This battle's going on. This battle is not helping him out in the long run, really, because look, now the gap 6 seconds between them and Speedy. Rob in the top 10. Rob is... Come on, Rob, top 10. Rob's a bit far away from top 10. Rob is a bit far away from top 10. At the moment, Wumax is going to potentially jump El Stefano for top 10. But we'll see what happens. So still a couple laps to go. No, you never know. There'll be no more safety cars at this point, no. So it'll be just done on track. Johnny trying to get closer to James out on the home straight, and he will bring that gap down to 5 times bad exit there from Johnny. If I cheer him, he might make it. There you go, you go, Rob. You got Mrs. Carl is cheering you on. Although Mrs. Carl also cheers on. Well, it doesn't cheer on Carl, but just cheer on Moylan though. But that could help. You never know. They could have a freeway crash.
Moylan's starting to close down that gap now. I think it's a little bit too late, but.
What's the penalties looking like? They're both matching on penalties now, so it's not gonna be one on penalties unless Jack picks up something else in the next 2 laps. Now here we go. Johnny, another attempt past James. And these guys are gonna trade places one more time. No, I don't think he is. He's gonna try to go around the outside of James, but not able to do so. But James has got to be careful now because it's one more lap to go. One more time down that back straight. He needs to stay ahead.
Oh, Moylan picks up a penalty.
This could throw it away for Moylan. Moylan's going to lose out on a podium.
Oh, well, it depends if oh yeah, he will actually because
Avi and Dutch face no penalties at the moment. So this could change it up quite a bit now as they enter the last lap of this race. I'm just trying to keep an eye on these battles across track. James has got to try and use his overtake in the right places now. He's got to try and rinse that. He's much healthier than Johnny. This could be an interesting fight now we're going to see. Dutchface has lost touch slightly with Avi during the S's like we've been saying the whole way through. Avi's much better for the S's than
I actually honestly think Dutchface has actually backed off.
But this time he doesn't want to back off. He wants to stay. He wants to make sure he's within 6 seconds of Moylan. And right now, he's only just staying there.
That is true. It seems like he's backed off quite a bit. Where after the start of the last lap, because he was 0.6, and now he's dropped off to 0.3.
There he has. So now James Al is going to try and defend all his might against Johnny Stokes. Johnny's going to have DRS. He's not got the overtake though. James is still rinsed his overtake, so he's potentially going to stay ahead. James is going to defend the inside. Johnny's going to try and go around the outside. Well defended by James. This is a fight for 7th. Both got the same amount of penalties. James Al is just putting his car in all the right places right now. They go around constant battling.
Jack's going around the final corner now.
Yeah, so Jack will win this race. Second place will be Moylan for the time being. Avi, will he pick it up? Will Dutchface keep it? No. Nope. Avi gets second. Dutchface in third. Moylan drops to 4th. Erez 5th. Speedy 6th. James Al will continue and get 7th. Johnny can't do nothing about it. He's in 8th. Chubb right now will cross the line in 9th place. Unless penalties can play a big part in that. I don't believe they will though.
I don't think it's enough there.
Nah, not enough at all. El Stefano is going to cross the line in 10th, but he will not keep it as Rumax will keep it, and he jumps 2 places down as GGC jumps El Stefano to 11th. And finally, Rob comes in 13th place. Wow, what an end to that race. What an end. From a seemingly guaranteed podium from Moylan's to having having Avi and Dutchface join Jack. What a ridiculous race.
Yeah, that kind of threw our predictions out the window.
It really did.
That safety car really changed everything.
It would have been interesting to see how it would have panned out at the end, because I believe that Moylan and Jack would have had better tyres for the end of that. But
yeah, definitely.
It panned out as it did. You know, Jack, I think, driver of the day, 100%, 19th to 1st, unreal. But your final grid standings: Jack is your race winner. Avi comes in 2nd. Dutchface, good race from him. Started 7th, finished 3rd. Moylan with them penalties, crossed the line 2nd, but finishes in 4th. Erez in 5th. Joe had a good race as well. You know, he kept it going. Started 2nd though, but he just only got to 6th. Safety car probably didn't help him out as much as he would have liked. James Al makes 1 place up into 7th. Johnny has a good start race as well. 20th and up to 8th. Very good from him. Chubb scoring points finally in ninth. Womack's getting some vital points in 10th as well. And we have GDC in 11th. Rob in 12th. Oh, Rob jumped El Stefano over 12th. El Stefano with the penalties goes to 13th. And our DNFers, Bagger Alex was in the pits. Nella's in the pits. Hadoja on track. Carl on the track. LGD for in the pits. Scotty in the pits. Booker in the pits.
Yeah, the fastest lap went to Moyland with 34.194. He was 1,000th quicker than Jack.
Well done from Moyland. But yeah, thank you very much, Gaz, for joining me today. Made it a lot more easier on me. I'm on my throat. So thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Save your throat for your little singing to Herbert Jr.
Yeah, for Little Hobo Jr. He looks amazing, he's little Jordan. So thank you very much for those. I do love him.
No worries,
I
buddy.
can't wait for him to wear them. Although my nan is slightly annoyed that she didn't buy me his first pair of traders. But I'll give him your address and she can deal with it. She can deal with you how she wants.
All right, yeah.
But
Yeah,
thank you
that's
very
fine.
much. Yeah,
No worries, mate.
guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to everyone that made comments as well. Rob, Mrs. Carl, as always, Nevo, Moyland as well, Rob, Alex, Cons jumped in, Chris Williamson. Thank you very much, and also James Al. Thank you guys for racing. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to tune in Friday to DXT Ferret Gaming for the penultimate race of the TTFL season. We're racing in Brazil, and it is a championship deciding race. We've got DXT Singh currently 26 points ahead of Non-Human. Moylan, unfortunately, he's out of the run-in for the win, but could potentially get second, depending on how the race pans out. And there's a fight for constructors as well. Then we've got the GP2 race here on the Friday, where you'll see myself racing. Oh, potentially myself racing, because I might have work the next day, but we'll see how it pans out. And then we are back here for well, I'm sorry, they've got the GP3 League as well on Sunday. Don't forget that now. GP3 on Sunday, and then we're back here next week. I'll get the track up for who we got next. So I do believe so. It was going to be Russia, but I do believe now it will be Jeddah. Rob, am I right in thinking that?
It's looking that way.
So
The
Jeddah.
vote's gone up for either Jeddah or Hungary, and Jeddah's massively winning at the minute.
There we
So I
go.
believe
So
it will be.
Jeddah. So Jeddah for the last race of the season, potentially. So do join us next week for that. Gaz, thank you for joining me. Rob, thanks for being in the party, as well as James for giving little insights here and there. And
It's Abu Dhabi next week, then Jeddah the week
sorry, Abu
after.
Dhabi next week. Sorry, I stand corrected. Abu Dhabi next week, and then finally replacement for Russia will possibly be Jeddah. So join us next week for Abu Dhabi. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week. Until then, goodbye.